Hello everyone, welcome back to David at Go to Hobbies. Right, freebies. Is there any such thing as freebies? Oh yes. And I went to a company in Sheffield the other week. No, actually, it was this week. And I asked him if I could have some bits of steel. Because they were a tool maker, what they had was tool steel and good quality tool steel. And I thought, right, I make stuff out of copper and other bits and pieces, and I, I can virtually turn my hand to anything. And I thought, right, I want something like a plate where I can use. Excuse my stomach growling. I can use it as a strike plate to flatten the copper. But also, I want to take stuff with me so I can make my um, rings, bracelets, and stuff like that out of copper. Um, but I'd like to start getting into the hobby side of things and creating things. Excuse my stomach growling. Um, I used to make things called Triskelions. Um, what was another name for them? Hiddekas? It's an ancient Celtic, like three spirals. One at each one like in a third position. And there's a certain way to make it. And the other one was Slim Sperlins. Um, I think they were energy coils or coils or something, and stuff like that, which is fascinating stuff. A load of stuff I've made in the past to do with energies and stuff like that. I've also made earth batteries. Um, you've got to be very careful. You've got to be very careful with making these. They're like a capacitor. So when you make them, you've got to be very careful. Um, I think his name was John Brown. He made a pyramid, and I've made pyramids in the past. Quite easy to make, but you got to know all your figures. That's the secret with those. And I've also made my own stone tumbler. So I'm not, you know, I can work with different materials. I've made a stone tumbler out of wood. I've made a stone tumbler out of metal. I've built my own stone tumbler. Worked all the calculations out, the spin rotation, got all that down to the desired speed. Loads of work involved, but it's doable because electric motors turn at a certain speed. You got to know your speed. You got to work out your diameters to the pulley, and then make your own pulleys up. Load of stuff. Fascinating thing to do. If you haven't seen it, I'd suggest you watch my stone tumbler. How I built a stone tumbler. Very interesting. I hope you like that. But the other thing I'm saying is about making things and just having that back to David's old way where I used to make things out of copper and just enjoying um, experimenting and stuff like that and just really getting back into the hobby. So for me, let's move that camera out of the way of the light out there. There we go. That's better. Get the camera out of the light. As soon as I don't drop the camera on the floor, or the phone on the floor rather. But what do you think? Have you got any thoughts about copper, but earth batteries and crystal batteries and tumbling machines and anything else that comes to mind? Because as I say, I used to make my own pyramids, and I used to find that fascinating. And I'm seriously thinking about going into that again because I used to sell them all over the world, and it was really nice to be able to make a pyramid for someone. The biggest one I made was about 7 foot high. But I'll go back to that when I was talking about John Brown making that video. Very briefly, he built his own pyramid. I don't know how high it was, and what he done, he put a copper hook in the ceiling of in the centre, and and put a copper plate at the bottom. And he thought, right idea, I'll join the top copper to the bottom one. So he tied a bit of lamb's wool, well, wool, to the top, and he let it hang down. And then he went down off his ladder and got a hold of the wool, and then went to touch the base plate. In the process of touching the base plate and holding onto the lamb's wool, the energy literally threw him across the room. That's how powerful it was. This is why people don't know what they're doing with pyramids. And they are very powerful energy generators. If you don't know about pyramids, then you come to the right person to talk about it. So hopefully you'll find this video interesting, because I'm starting to go back into my original hobbies when I first started this YouTube channel. So if you've got any questions, or thinking about making something out of copper, ask me. I've been there, done it, and wore a t-shirt. As I say, if you've got any questions, you think about making something, I'll help you as best I can. But if you're interested in pyramids, let me know and I will make it for you. But obviously you'll have to buy it, and that'll be put on eBay. So there you go. What do you think about copper pyramids? Google. Anyway, I was sort of saying I'm be a bit erratic with my talking here, but I want to go back to the pyramid I made, which was 7 foot high. It was 7 foot high, but because the angle of the pyramid in its corners has got to be a certain angle, right? That base of that pyramid was, I think it was about 14 foot by 14 foot. It was huge. I don't think this bloke really realised what he was buying. Yes, it cost him hundreds and hundreds of pounds, and it went to Scotland. Where in Scotland? I've no idea now, but there you go. If you're interested in a copper pyramid or want to make one, I'll help you, but I won't give all my secrets away. And the reason why I do that is because my design, I follow the original angles of the Egyptian pyramids. There's different types of pyramids. There's not just the Egyptian. So there you go. Hopefully you found the video interesting about David's hobbies and what David's going to do in the very near future. So please like, share, subscribe. Any comments? Leave them down below. Take care, everyone. See you soon.